Well, the one that sticks out strongest in the memory is the Young Thug promo, of course, which is Ryan Starkey. I mean, it's just, as someone who works in the industry, I think everybody can relate to it. So obviously, it's just a lot of fun to watch. It's someone who knows the process. I think Spike Jonze's Far Side promo, The Drop, I mean, that's just an absolute classic, but it's just one of the first times I remember watching a music video and being much more aware of there being a director involved in it. I don't know, I remember watching MTV as a kid and it's just watching artists and watching performance basically. But I remember seeing that and feeling like, oh cool, this is a nice little film. I think Gondry's Let Forever Be for the Chemical Brothers is really, really cool. I can see the thought process behind it, and it's really inspiring the way he's sort of taken a kind of digital process and made it a physical process, and that's definitely something that I like try and think about when I'm making films. And Gondry in general is obviously the master of that kind of filmmaking. I generally try and look outside of music videos where possible. I think recently, in the last year or so, the director who I get sort of my most significant inspiration from is Roy Andersson. He's a Swedish director. He does a lot of static camera, wide framing, very sort of darkly, kind of dryly funny vignettes, and everything's sad and everything's tragic and funny, and it's just brilliant, and I love it. And also his set design is so perfect, and that's something I really try and aspire to as well, as having that kind of careful, precise set design. That's sort of minimal. Everything's it's sort of like a hyper perfect thing where you create a little scene that's just a bit too perfect in a kind of, I don't know, satisfying way. I've been listening to Sun Ra, sort of album's called The Nubians of Plutonia. It's just cool, like weird jazz. I like it. But then I also been listening to Big Frida as well. That's good to get you going in the mornings. New Orleans bounce music is completely ridiculous, but it's fun. I'm not that techie, although I probably rely on my iPhone more than I'd like to admit. Is a radio alarm clock count? I use that every morning and I love it. Nice Radio 4 Lions, that's the one. The quality of the music matters a lot to me, and I'm not so zeroed in on a particular genre that I won't work outside of it or anything, but I've got to be into the track, otherwise this doesn't work. I don't know. I haven't been doing it a very long time. It's changed that people started to let me make videos for them. I didn't do that at first. People say that it's having a resurgence and there's more creativity and freedom in videos. Budgets are still as bad as ever. Hopefully that'll change. Creativity's on the up, I think. There's more people doing it. It's more saturated. You see a lot of the same stuff over and over and over and over again. I don't know if that's changed or just how it is. Since physical sales of albums has started to go down, album artwork has become less significant. And I mean, I know vinyl is having some kind of resurgence, and that was the main time when album artwork really mattered, and it was a thing you'd buy a record and suddenly you'd have a quite large piece of artwork in your house. That doesn't happen so much anymore, and I think music videos are sort of taking the place of that kind of the visual side of music. And they are mattering more in that way. And I think people are starting to recognize that. And I don't know, maybe as technology progresses, we'll start to have like video album covers that play, and you buy an album and it will play a video in your house. I don't know. That's definitely not going to happen, but maybe that'd be quite fun. I ate 3 eggs this morning. 3. And that's like, I know that I should only have 2. I know that, but I had 3 anyway. So there you go.